I go to a lot of these conferences, talk to a lot of firms. There are some people that are predicting this end all be all. We're never going to need accountants again thing. That couldn't be further off base from what's actually playing out in reality. The need for human capital and intelligent professionals is never going to decrease in this profession. So when we talk about like AI and all this, it's not like iRobot or the Terminator movies or things where AI turns on the world and then we're serving the robots. That's never going to be that way. And something that I don't know how it's going to play out. But another thing that Aaron Harris mentioned, kind of in that same, I don't want to say it's a monologue, but that same session that he delivered was that they're working with Sam Altman, who founded OpenAI and ChatGPT, to form the AI Ethics Oversight Board or AI Ethics Committee or something along those lines to make
Hmm.
sure that if and when not only Sage but other technology organizations are rolling out true artificial intelligence products that are backed by machine learning and built the proper way, that they're doing it in a safe and ethical way to make sure that obviously nothing crazy happens. And I found that kind of interesting.
You bring up a good point, because at the conference, he specifically mentioned, I forget the number, but they put more patents on, having anti-hallucinogenic AI in Sage Intacct because, right, as accountants, the data needs to be correct.
I mean, there's a whole office within Sage that's run under the public affairs side that is working with Congress and Senate to talk about ethical AI and putting certifications in place for organizations that use the AI to make sure that it is being done in a way that, and I don't get too crazy here. We're just talking about approaching things in a sustainable way in which we as consumers of products can trust the product that we're consuming. And I know that sounds, in a silly way to say it, but if we go back, and I'm not interested in a political conversation here or anything else, but when we talk about AI generated photos and those things driving decision making around how we vote and how we decide from our political side of things, and we're getting false information that is driving those decisions, that's a scary place to be. And that's not any different than on a smaller scale when it comes to company ABC using it. And we don't want to see that in our industry and any industry. We deserve as people to be able to rely on the information that we're getting as true and accurate and in our best interest and not in somebody else's best interest. And that's the biggest fear that there is when it comes to AI. That's the biggest concern that there is. And I'm really proud of Sage for having that type of insight to go and have those conversations at the highest level to push on what that means for us as an industry to be a leader in that component. And I'm sure Intuit's doing some of the same stuff. Obviously I'm not as in tune with what they're doing, but that for me is one of the many reasons that I am so aligned with what Sage is as an organization.